a lot of people will, when they look at any of our stories, but let's talk specifically for a second about mine, they'll be like, oh my God, wow, you had, you took such risk. You jumped from your job in finance to go work on this media company. And what I have to remind them is, I mean, there was some amount of risk, but I look at a lot of entrepreneurs who I think took so much more risk than me. And what I mean by that is, I come from a background where I grew up comfortably. I was able to quit my job in finance. And for, let's call it 8 to 12 months, my mom covered my rent in New York City. So I didn't have to worry about the salary that I had to take to pay for rent. Obviously, that's my largest expense. And so I just think it's important to be honest about that, because everyone has different needs and circumstances. And that obviously factors into how much risk you can take. So for us, when I left my job in September of 2016 at Morgan Stanley, I was making $85K in that job. I went to making $0 again because my rent was being covered, and then my other costs in life, I was just using my savings. The first salary that my co-founder Austin and I ended up taking was, let's call it 6 months into being full-time. It was a $60,000 salary. And then as the business started to make money from advertising and become profitable, we did some combination of increase in salary as well as distributions, like what Jesse spoke about. So I think it went from 60 to 75 to 100 to 150, and then it was well into the six figures later in the business. The way that I think about it is largely what an investor had said to me at some point, which is an investor is investing in your business so that they can realize a well above market return. They are taking, especially as an early stage business, a levered bet on you as a person. For you to do well as a person, you need kind of to stack the whole deck in your favor, which means you need to be entirely focused on building your company. You cannot be paying yourself in a way where you are so financially insecure that you are thinking about the cost of your life and not being able to pay for that cost of your life, because it is distracting you from building your business. So largely, like, my rule of thumb is live in a way that is modest and comfortable, and pay yourself exactly what you need to live in that comfortable and modest way in the beginning, not more, not less. And over time, as the business performs, you can raise your salary, but you should not pay yourself so little that money insecurity is literally preventing you from building a business in a successful way. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of The Crazy Ones. If you're an entrepreneur or a builder and want more great startup content, make sure to subscribe on our YouTube channel or wherever you get your podcasts.